Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at part of the new batch of Naughty or Nice collection Santa figures that are coming out this year. Big Bad Toy Store reached out and asked if I would review a few of them since they're going to be in stock soon. I said sure. I reviewed the main Santa last year, and it was I think it was last year. Was it 2 years ago? Anyway, I think it was last year. It was a pretty cool figure. Yeah, they're expensive. They're kind of a niche thing. But I think for those of you who are into this sort of thing, there's a lot to like about them, and for those of you who aren't, then there's a lot to dislike about them. So it's a very, very specific thing. It's a relative. I think they're like $37 or something like that. I'll check. They are kind of expensive, but they are what they are. You know, smaller companies, smaller batch of figures, that kind of thing. So the price is understandable, but it really comes down to, are you getting enough in the package to justify it? And we're going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, so before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. They all get the same package other than the name at the bottom. The green one is Father Christmas. The blue one, which you might have guessed, is Wizard Santa. And then the one with camouflage is Sergeant Santa, green camo version. Otherwise, the packages are the same. They show some different options there. These renders are not necessarily super accurate. I remember last year I had some issues with, like, the Santa beard was a different color and things like that. But these figures I think actually look better in person than the renders. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, standard-ish packaging, nice square shaped package. That's good. I like that. Okay, pretty good packaging. I do prefer packaging that's more character specific, but I don't keep the packages anyway, so I don't care all that much. Alright, like I said, these guys are going to be in stock at Big Bad Toy Store very soon, so I'll put a link in the description below. Okay, so let's adjust the camera a little bit. And these guys are basically the same as the figures before, with new accessories and some new add-on features and things. So this isn't going to be like a super long review. I'll put the review for last year's Santa up there. They're basically the same, but I wanted to show you what comes in the package. That way you know if you want to get one or not. And there's more than just these three. These are just the ones that I thought would be fun to show you guys. They do have some reindeer coming out, which are kind of cool, but they're not available yet. Okay, so 7 inches to the top of his hood, which means it's a little bit higher than his head, so he's like 6 3/4, give or take. Let's call it 17.5 centimeters. Here he is up against Darwin. You could easily mix that into a Marvel Legends collection if you wanted to mix it into Marvel Select. You'd have to really do some creative fudging with that. And then McFarlane, maybe, if you go with the smaller figures, but probably not. Really, I would say these are 1/12 scale figures. Okay, question of the day. Are you into weird, unique, niche type things like this, or are you just, it's not your thing? Because I totally get it. It's not really my thing, but I do appreciate a fun figure when they make them. And these are pretty fun, especially with, like, the idea of a bunch of different Santas. I think that's kind of cool, like different purpose-built costumes and things for Santa. Whatever, it's just a fun idea. Okay, so I want to just start with this one. We're going to run through the aesthetics first. I love the green on this. It looks so much better than the photos. I thought it was going to be like too bright and weird, but it's a really nice hunter, nice Christmassy green, and there's shading throughout, and I just love the way it looks. It's so subtle and pleasant. Very, very nice. I love the brownish color with the cream for the fur lining. That's nice. It's not like the cleanest paint job ever, but it's definitely going to look good enough on your shelf. It's going to stand out against most things, like Marvel Legends for sure. Belt is clean. The hood, I don't know why the hood has texture on it. That's a little bit weird. This is removable, by the way. You don't need to keep the hood on, but I like the hood. But it has nice shading and paint, but I don't know why it has that texture. That's a little bit strange. I'll pull that off so you can see the face in a minute. The boots, same way. Nicely painted. They look good. I'll take it. And he's got the longer coat on this one, which isn't the same as the old Santa, but otherwise the figure is basically the same. We have one of the short ones I'll show you too. But yeah, he also has the mittens. Some of them have mitten hands, some of them have open hands, and I'll show you all the accessories as we go. But I really like the way this green one looks personally. I think that's an awesome, awesome paint job. And like I said, we'll get to the accessories in a little bit. Now we have the Wizard Santa, which also has the long coat and a different hat, obviously, and he has the fingered hands. These are still gloved hands, no fingernails. But he's pretty cool. He's got a transparent coat, which is a nice touch. I get what they're going for. Personally, I think metallic would have been better than the transparent because you can throw some more paint on there and make it look cool. But I get what they're going for, and that's a cool enough look. Maybe not my cup of tea as much for the coat, but the rest of the figure is pretty good. I will say his face is too glossy. I don't know how that ended up happening. He doesn't have the best eye paint, and his skin is glossy. The beard looks really nice. The beard and hair I'll take, but the eyes and face paint don't look great on this one. I have to show you the other guy too, I forgot. But I do like his hat. So if you want to hide his face a little bit, you do get the wizard hat, which is pretty nicely done. They could use a little bit more shading as well. And then we have the nice boots. So yeah, they look pretty cool. Let me show you this guy. This one's really, really hard to get the head back on when you put the hood on, because the hood's a little bit thick, so be aware of that. But it does still connect. And his face isn't as glossy. He might have slightly better paint depth for the eyes. He does. But the hair looks nice. Definitely would prefer better for the eyes though, and the skin, especially at the higher price point. So that's like, I understand that figures like these need to come in at a higher price point. They're selling way fewer of them, and it's a small company, small batches, some amount of unique mold work. So I get it, but you still have to decide if it's worth it. So far there's some to fix, like the glossy skin and whatnot, but otherwise I think they look cool. So let's move on to the last one that we're looking at today, which is Sergeant Santa. The camo's pretty darn good. It's one of the better camos I've seen, honestly. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm seeing 4 different colors for the camouflage, and then he has they both have the white and black for the coat trim. And his face, his sunglasses don't look as great. I suppose we've seen better sunglasses, but his face is not shiny, and he has the cigar. It's done well enough. Like, I think for this sort of toy, it's fine. Personally, I think it is $37. I'll have to check and put that in there. I think they could have a touch higher finish for the faces, but the bodies do look really nice. The camo is just really well done. I think that's cool. And obviously he has a different hat. I mean, you can swap out the hats to other things for this guy and the other one, and the green one also, but we'll get to that in the accessories section. But yeah, I think aesthetically they look really nice. I think these are going to be fun to add to the collection. Like, it's not really my thing to do this, but they're pretty cool, so I can see it. So I'll give the aesthetic, I'll say 8 out of 10. It's not perfect. I say the green one's probably closer to 9. Maybe the green and camo are 9 and the blue one's 8. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair, but like I said, they do come in at a higher price point, so you have to have a higher standard, even if the price point is justified. Okay, so for accessories, the green guy comes with obviously the hood and the normal looking Santa head. Then you also get the brown hair Santa head with the glasses. That's exceptionally well done. The face is still a little bit glossy, I guess, but the beard and glasses and everything looks really nice. The glasses don't have a lens in them, so it makes them super clean and they look good, but there's no lens. But you do get that. You also get the crown of ivy, or holly, I guess it would be. So that's pretty cool. Different hands, you have the mitten hands and then the gloved hands, so that's nice. You get a different top to his staff. So you get the stick top that's just curled, or this one that looks a little bit more magical. That's pretty cool. You get his naughty or nice list. You get a little unicorn? No, it's just a horse, I guess. Rocking horse thing? I don't know why. What you're going to do with that. He also does get the red gift box, and then you get the little naughty or nice display stand, which is pretty basic looking, but that's not a bad spread of accessories. I'd say that's pretty good. For the blue one, he doesn't have as much as the other ones, but he also has one cool one. So he has no alternate head or alternate hat, but for his stick, you do get the crystal at the top or the big snowflake thing. Those are both awesome. He has the transparent gift box, which is really nicely done. That's cool. You can open that up. He has the naughty or nice list, the display stand. He has the gloved hands or the naked hands. And then he has also his book, his wizard book, which is incredibly well done on the inside. That's like the best looking book I've ever seen. That's really good. That's cool. And the display stand, like I said before. And then lastly, for Sergeant Santa, I think he might have the most stuff. So he has the normal head with the cigar, then he has the hat that goes on there, but he also has the bald head with the camo face paint and a helmet. And the helmet can go on either head, same thing with the hat. So you get 2 heads and then 2 head accessories, and then you get the gloved hands and then the naked hands. So a variety of those. That's pretty cool. You get a stocking with a couple of grenades, and you get the camo gift box, and you get the RPG, and the shotgun, and the display stand. So yeah, I think there's enough in these packages, and it's well enough executed that the higher price point is justified. I understand it's a hard pill to swallow. I get it. If you're into this thing, I think it's fine. Like, these are basically NECA style figures, so the NECA price point makes sense, and you get plenty of stuff. So I get it. You can decide for yourself if it's worth it. I think technically they're not probably making a lot of profit on these, other than the reuse of the bodies. But I think for what I'm guessing production runs are and things like that, it's not like an incredible price point or anything. I think it's pretty standard. But you can decide what you think about that. But yeah, accessory-wise, I'll go, I don't know, 10 out of 10. Or 9 out of 10, I don't know. There's lots of stuff in here. Maybe the stands could look a little bit nicer. But that's it. We're not going to go through the articulation because it's the same figures as last year. And if you want to see that, you can go look at that, but I don't want to waste your time. So if you want to see it, click that link up there or in the description below. If you don't want to see it, don't. You don't need to. If you're not worried about the articulation, they don't pose super well. They're very basic articulation, but it's good enough, I would say. But I think they look cool. I'm very pleased with these. I bought the Santa last year, and I would probably have bought this one this year if they weren't sending review samples. But obviously that's personal preference, which ones you like or don't like. But I think they're cool. So yeah, if you do want to get one, go ahead, look at the link in the description below. But that's it for me, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.